Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet.
Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of Vienna Sanctum.
Crime on a Saturday with episodes of The Mysterious Traveler, The Lives of Harry Lime, Inner Sanctum Mysteries, and The Adventures of Red Ryder. And we'll cap it all off with Fibber McGee and Molly. That's what's ahead on this Saturday, 2nd day of May, 122nd day of the year, 243 days remaining in 2026. King Charles II of England granted a permanent charter to the Hudson's Bay Company on this date in 1670 to open up the fur trade in North America. Stonewall Jackson wounded by friendly fire on this date in 1863 while returning to camp after reconnoitering for the Battle of Chancellorsville. He succumbed to pneumonia 8 days later. Good Housekeeping magazine went on sale on this date in 1885, and it's still published today, all those years later. General Motors acquired the Chevrolet Motor Company of Delaware on this date in 1918. The first game of the Negro National League played on this date in Indianapolis. Black folks had a chance to play baseball when they were locked out for years from Major League Baseball. It was on this date in 1932 Jack Benny's radio program aired for the very first time. Here's a clip.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jack Benny talking and making my first appearance on the air professionally. By that I mean I'm finally getting paid, which of course will be a great relief to my creditors. I really don't know why I'm here. I'm supposed to be a sort of a master of ceremonies and tell you all the things that will happen, which would happen anyway. I must introduce the different artists who could easily introduce themselves, and also talk about the Canada Dry made to order by the glass, which is a waste of time, as you know all about it. You drink it, like it, and don't want to hear about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, a master of ceremonies is really a fellow who is unemployed and gets paid for it.
Now, that was Jack Benny back in 1932. Over the years, Benny would grow, become a much better comedian, and would even have a feud with a good friend of his by the name of Alan.
People don't want entertainment today. A radio show has to give away things. Nylons, ice boxes, automobiles.
You mean to stay on the air, you have to give things away?
Yes.
I'll die first.
That clip actually wasn't from the Jack Benny Show, but it was actually from the Fred Allen Show from 1946. One of my all-time favorites, King for a Day, in which Fred gets one over strongly on Jack. But the first Jack Benny Show airing on this date in 1932. In 1945, the Soviet Union announced the capture of Berlin, and Soviet soldiers hoisted their red flag over the Reichstag building. German forces surrendered in Italy, and they surrendered to the New Zealand Army in Trieste. It was on this date in 1946, Alcatraz Federal Prison, San Francisco, taken over by 6 inmates following a failed escape attempt. The world's first ever jet airliner, the de Havilland Comet 1, made its maiden voyage on this date in 1952, flying from London to Johannesburg, South Africa. Tennessee Williams won the Pulitzer Prize on this date in 1955 for drama for Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Buddy Baker became the first stock car driver to finish a 500-mile race in less than 3 hours on this date in 1972, en route to winning the Winston Select 500 at the Alabama International Motor Speedway in Talladega, Alabama. Yes, in 1972, cigarettes could still sponsor NASCAR races. They can't do that anymore. President Reagan met with Pope John Paul II in Alaska on this date in 1984.
I want to welcome Your Holiness to the United States, and on behalf of the American people, say how pleased and privileged we are to have you among us.
God bless America.
President Reagan returning to the U.S. from a visit to China, while Pope John Paul II was making a stopover on his way to South Korea, Papua New Guinea, the Solomon Islands, and Thailand. After more than 3 centuries of white rule, Nelson Mandela elected South Africa's first black president on this date in 1994.
Loudly proclaim from the rooftops, free at last.
Mandela's African National Congress Party won 252 of the 400 seats in the first democratic elections of South Africa's history. Over in England on this date in 1997, the Labour Party's Tony Blair became Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, ending 18 years of Conservative Party rule.
It is with a real sense of pride that we have created a Labour Party today capable of offering that unity of purpose, that vision of renewal that our country needs.
At 44, Blair was the youngest prime minister in 185 years. The Pontiac Grand Am ceased production on this date in 2005 at the 100-year-old Lansing M plant. And muscle cars were becoming less in vogue because their gas mileage wasn't 40 or 50 miles to the gallon. There are still a lot of people that like those old muscle cars. 2012, a pastel version of The Scream by Norwegian painter Edvard Munch sold for $120 million in a New York City auction, setting a new world record for a work of art at auction. Passing away on this date in history, Leonardo da Vinci, inventor, painter, Senator Joseph McCarthy, the fighter of communists who occasionally took it too far, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover, the first and longest-running FBI director, Jack Barry, the TV game show host, who presided over some of the scandal-ridden shows in the 50s, but came back to produce such great shows as The Joker's Wild and Break the Bank. And, you know, he found out that as long as you produce a good show, you don't need to rig it. Also, politician Wilbur Mills, columnist Louis Rukeyser, the 9th U.S. Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, and football player and politician Jack Kemp. Also, actress and singer Lynn Redgrave, and Ephraim Zimbalist Jr., the man who was in the FBI, the television show. All those folks passing away on this date in history. Let's turn to birthdays of those who are no longer with us, and they include gossip columnist Hedda Hopper, Manfred von Richthofen, the Red Baron, lyricist Lawrence Hart, the pediatrician and author Dr. Benjamin Spock, little bitty baby doctor. That's what... I will steal jokes from Johnny Carson because I always thought it was funny, because he was a pediatrician, a baby doctor, little baby doctor. Vaudeville performer Pinky Lee. Also, actor, singer, Sound of Music, Fiddler on the Roof, Theodore Bickle. And actor Roscoe Lee Brown. And actor Lorenzo Music. And singer Leslie Gore. All those folks born on this date in history. They have now left the building.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
The wonderful singer Engelbert Humperdinck, 90 years old today. Larry Gatlin of the Gatlin Brothers, 78 today. From The Good Wife, Christine Barnansky is 74.
I will discuss a transfer of the lease. That is my best offer.
From The Good Wife, Christine Baranski is 74 today. If you smell what he is cooking, The Rock is 54.
The way I see it, you've earned yourself 24 hours. If I were you, I'd use the time. Make peace with whatever demons you've got left.
From The Fast and the Furious, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock's 54 today. English footballer David Beckham, 51. From The Office, Ellie Kemper is 46. And former football player and now possibly former WWE commentator wrestler, sports talk host Pat McAfee is 39. And why do I say WWE in the past tense? Basically what we were told that after WrestleMania, if his team didn't win, he'd leave. And we'll see what happens. Anyway, those some of the people celebrating the second day of May as their birthday. If this is your birthday.
Hi, we're the 4 freshmen, and we just want to say, Happy birthday to you!
We've been incredibly busy here, and I'm just a little tired, so I'm going to make this quick. We've talked about Professor B's digestive aid, how it can help your gut, how it's helped people with acid reflux and all these other digestive issues, people who are consuming rolls of Rolaids, handfuls of Tums, and how it can help you. Check it out. The link's in the show notes, profbees.com, profbees.com. Promo code Wyatt if you decide you want to buy. But go read first. Take your time, look it over. If you think it can help you, then go ahead and purchase it because there is a guarantee. And if you use promo code Wyatt when you buy, you support the podcast and you get the best price possible. Save 10%. Profbees.com, PROFBEES.com, promo code Wyatt. Up next on Classic Radio Theater on this Saturday, we'll start off with an episode of The Mysterious Traveler and SOS.
In case of enemy attack on our country, these two numbers, 640 and 1240, may save your life. They are your Conelrad frequencies. Remember, 640 and 1240.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we go back 76 years, May 2nd, 1950, The Mysterious Traveler. And this has nothing to do with the ABBA song, because they hope you can hear their SOS.
The Mutual Broadcasting System presents The Mysterious Traveler. Written, produced, and directed by Robert A. Arthur and David Cogan. And starring tonight 3 of radio's foremost personalities, Ralph Bell, Louis Van Roten, and Roger de Koven in SOS.
This is the Mysterious Traveler, inviting you to join me on another journey into the realm of the strange and the terrifying. I hope you will enjoy the trip, that it will thrill you a little and chill you a little. So settle back, get a good grip on your nerves, and be comfortable, if you can, as we join 3 enterprising men who are in a very dire predicament. It's a story I call SOS. My story tonight is about a group of unsavory individuals at the moment discussing a little unhappily their recent past.
Yes, sir. Here we are, the 3 of us, adrift out here. How long is it now? How long, Mike?
Let me alone. Ask Steve. He knows everything.
Yeah, he sure does. Couldn't miss, he said. Couldn't miss. Still opportunities. You just had to recognize them. Isn't that what you said, Steve? Huh? Isn't that what you say?
Shut up, Doc. Shut up. I've had enough of you.
Look at him. Now he's going to turn on that automatic radio sender. Isn't that right,
Shut up. Shut up.
Do you really think someone's going to hear those signals? No, sir. We're adrift out here, but for good. You're wasting your time with that radio sender. No one's going to pick us up. Right, Mike?
Stop bothering me. Let me alone.
Yes. I can remember that day, Steve, when you first spilled the plan to us. Oh, you were the mastermind, all right. Remember Steve, eh?
Yeah, I remember all right. I wish I could forget that day. Forget everything that happened. But there's no escaping it. I can see everything that happened as clear as if it were only yesterday. Yeah. I remember the way I walked into the office. Mike and Doc were sitting there, waiting for the bad news. Well, Farson got a life sentence. The rest got 10 to 20 years.
Great. Just great. I just can't get over it. Just can't. Things were running so smoothly. The syndicate was cleaning up, and then this happens.
The three of us were pretty lucky. Not being indicted with the others.
Yeah. If we hadn't been in South America, handling that end, we'd have gotten it in the neck, too.
I still do not understand. How could they smash the syndicate overnight? There were no records. Farson took every precaution.
Let's face it. The day for guys like us is over. The cops have science on their side. They're using every trick in the book.
Yeah, you're right.
Television, radar, infrared cameras, electro detectors, light beam alarms, and 101 other scientific gimmicks.
Yes, you are right. They have learned to move so fast that they have taken all the profit out of the rackets.
They sure have. I just wish I had a small part of all that dough I once made. Where did it go? Lawyers, bail, protection. I haven't got a cent left.
Neither have I. What about you, Steve?
I've still got a few grand left.
Well, the way science has turned the heat on, it looks like we'll have to turn honest, whether we want to or not.
Look, I've been working on an angle. What about sticking around for a couple of more days?
Get wise, Steve. The cops are ready for everything these days. There aren't any more angles.
I tell you, I've got one. I just need a little more time to work it out. What do you say?
Well, it cannot do any harm to listen.
How much time do you need?
2 days. Meet me here the day after tomorrow. I'll lay out the whole plan for you.
Well, Steve, you still got an angle? Or did it blow up in your face?
For the past 48 hours, I've been going over it, detail by detail. And it still looks good.
Well, what is the job? Let's have it.
The lifting of $5 million worth of uncut Martino diamonds from the SS Europe.
What? You must be out of your head. It would require an army to take over that boat. It has a crew of over 300.
This plan of mine can be worked with 3 men. Us.
This I've got to hear. Just how would you go about it, mastermind?
All right. 2 weeks from tonight, the SS Europe will be docking in London with 5 million in uncut diamonds and a shipment of 3,000 pounds of uranium under pressure.
3,000 pounds of uranium under pressure?
What are you getting at?
A half hour before the Europe lands, I go to the captain's quarters. You, Mike, you go to the radio communication office. And you, Doc, you go to the special room where the uranium is stored under pressure.
Then what?
I tell the captain that I have 1 man in control of radio communication and another in the uranium storage room. And unless he turns over the diamond shipment to me, a bullet will be fired into the uranium compressor, blowing up the ship.
You really expect the captain to fall for that? Why, he'll call your bluff. Dare you to blow up the ship with us on it.
Of course he will. A threat like that would never work.
You're wrong. You're wrong there. Psychologically, we've got the edge on the captain. Maybe we're willing to die, too. With a crew of 300 and twice as many passengers, he just wouldn't risk it.
Perhaps you're right. After all, his first duty is to his passengers and ship. He would probably figure that we wouldn't get far with those diamonds, that the police would get us in no time at all.
Of course. That's exactly the way he'd see it.
Suppose you do force him to turn over the diamonds. How would we make our getaway?
We'd use one of the ship's emergency launches.
Sure. Meanwhile, the captain of the SS Europe has radioed the police. And we walk right into their arms.
The captain won't radio the police.
No, and why won't he?
For 2 reasons. First, his radio room will be put out of commission. And second, 10 minutes after we leave the Europe, it's going to blow up.
Blow up? The uranium?
That's right. There won't be a piece of the ship left or anyone to identify it.
Uh-huh. 5 million in uncut diamonds, you say, huh?
At least 5 million.
This plan of yours, Steve, it's just wild enough to succeed. Yes, through sheer audacity, it might be carried off.
A job like that, it's all or nothing.
That's right. Well, what do you say, Doc?
Finding the thought of honest labor abhorrent, I'm inclined to go along with you, Steve.
What about you, Mike?
The odds are against us, but for that kind of dough, I'll risk it.
You won't regret it, Mike. All right, now here's a setup. The day after tomorrow, the SS America is outward bound. We'll be on her when it leaves.
You mean so that we can study the same layout that we'll find on the Europe?
Yes, that's right. By the time we board the Europe for the return trip, we'll know every inch of the ship. Now, we'll have to work fast. I'll take care of getting us passports under assumed names. Doc, I want you to book passage for the 3 of us on the American. Mike, you take care. 2 days later, Doc, Mike, and myself boarded the SS America using false passports. We pushed our way through the other passengers, mostly vacationists, to our cabin on B deck. While we were unpacking, the ship's whistle blew for all visitors to leave. A few minutes later, we were on our way. During the next 3 days, we covered the ship from one end to the other, taking pictures of the layout, learning the schedules of the crew. When we walked off after the 10-day trip, we knew everything there was to know about both liners.
Passengers will kindly step this way and show their passports.
Come on, that's us.
Hope we don't have any trouble with these passports.
Stop worrying, will you?
May I see your passport, please?
Here you are.
Thank you. Richard Werby, born in Boston, United States. How long do you intend to stay here, Mr. Werby?
About a week.
Have you ever been here before?
No, this is my first visit.
Our laws are quite different than those of your country. You will do well to study this booklet, which is issued by my government.
Thank you, I will.
Your passport is stamped. You may pass.
Thank you.
I trust you enjoy your stay with us. Next passenger.
My feet hurt. Why don't we go back to the hotel?
We might as well see the local sights while we're here.
So this is what all our fellow passengers came all this way to see.
This place gives me the creeps. The natives, too. Everything looks so different.
Oh, come on now. Mike, that's no way for a traveler to speak. Sure, this place is different from what you've known. But you'll find plenty to interest you here.
Yeah. Just as soon be back in New York. It's all the same to you.
Relax, Mike. Another week and you'll be back in New York.
Relax, he says. I don't like places that are different. I like what I'm used to. This crazy birds. What do they call them anyway?
I don't know. You, Steve?
They're the national bird. Called Martinos.
Martinos, yeah. Look at them. Like vultures. Thousands of them.
Oh, you'll get used to them.
And all these canals. Never seen nothing like it.
That's one of the great attractions here. People come from all over the earth to see these canals.
Yeah, well, they can happen.
Look at those ruins over there. The war's been over all these years, and yet they've never cleaned them up, rebuilt.
Yeah, our rocket fighters sure leveled the countryside.
No wonder the natives aren't any too friendly, huh?
Did you say that again? I'll be glad when we board the Europe. Leave this place forever.
Le papa,
You check all our luggage?
Yes, I went through the motions of looking like an anxious tourist. It'll be in our cabin when we go aboard.
What cabin did we get, Steve?
Cabin 32B.
32B. That's just a few feet away from the radio communications office.
That's right.
Attention, please. Attention, please. All passengers bound for London will now board the SS Europe. Departure time is 0900. All passengers for London will please board the SS Europe.
Come on. That's us. We followed the returning vacationists aboard, had our passports checked, and were shown to our cabin. It would be 10 days before we'd go into action, but already the three of us felt that sense of excitement that comes before a big job. And this would be a big job. The biggest ever. The minutes and the hours seemed to drag on that homeward trip. We checked the craft from stem to stern, and the layout was exactly like that of the SS America. On the final night out, all the passengers were celebrating, none of them suspecting that they'd never see London. At 4 a.m., with the liner just 1 hour from London, the three of us went over our plans for the last time, the interminable roar of the motors in our ears. Okay, this is it. You both have your guns? Yeah, of course. Now, Mike, you'll take over radio communications. There'll be just one radio operator on duty. Remember now, take him quietly. He won't let out a peep. Good. It shouldn't take you more than a few minutes to put the radio and radar equipment out of commission. Now, make sure you don't damage the ship's intercommunication system. Just leave it to me. Doc, there's one crew member guarding the storage room where the uranium shipment is being kept. Once you've taken care of him, lock yourself in the storage room. Now, you don't come out until I give the signal. I understand. Now, have you got the demolition stick? Right here. Good. I've explained how it works. When I rap on the storage room door, you plant the demolition stick under the uranium compressor, where they won't be able to see it. Right. We'll have to move fast now. That explosive will go off 10 minutes after it's set. Will we be able to get far enough away before the explosion? Oh, yes. The launch is on B deck, right outside the storage room. We'll be in the launch and away in a matter of seconds. Doc, you've already checked the launch, haven't you? Yes, I just came from it. It's all set to go. All right. That takes care of everything. Now, let's set our watches. I've got 4:26, 45 seconds. 50 seconds. 55 seconds. 4:27. Right, check. Okay. Let's go. The three of us left the cabin and separated on the deserted and dimly lit deck. I walked to the nearest staircase and went up to A deck. There wasn't a soul in sight as I walked to the captain's quarters. It was exactly 4:29 a.m. I lit a cigarette, waiting. On the horizon, far ahead, I could see the lights of London. I could feel the liner losing speed. At exactly 4:30, I knocked on the captain's door.
Come in. Oh, come in, Phillips. Are you ready? I thought it was Phillips, my first officer.
No, Captain. I'm merely one of your passengers.
I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. I'm due in the control room. We'll be landing shortly.
You'll have to hear me out first,
Yes, but I've
Captain.
just told you... God! What's the meaning of this?
Sit down, Captain.
Now, see here.
Sit down. That's better.
Well, what is it?
You're carrying $5 million in uncut Martino diamonds. I want them.
You must be out of your mind.
I'm not alone in this, Captain. At the moment, this ship is at my mercy.
It's your mercy?
Yes. My men have taken over key positions on this ship.
I don't believe you. That isn't possible.
No? Well, just as a test, pick up the phone and dial the radio communications office. Go ahead.
Radio Communications Office.
Who is this?
It ain't one of your crew members, Captain.
Let me have the phone. Hello, Mike.
Yeah?
Everything under control?
Couldn't be better.
Good. I'll be talking to you. Maybe now you're beginning to realize that I'm not out of my head, Captain.
You must be. You believe you can commit piracy and get away with it?
I'll get away with it, Captain, because you see you're going to help me.
I help you?
Yes, that's right. One of my men has taken over the storage room where the uranium is stored under pressure.
You can't do that. Why, that pressure machine calls for constant care of an engineer. If the pressure falls below a certain point, the uranium will explode.
Oh, take it easy, take it easy. That pressure machine is being looked after by one of my men. Nothing will happen to it. That is, if you do exactly as I say. You think I'm bluffing? You think I'm bluffing about the storage room?
Storage room?
Everything under control, Doc?
Yes.
The captain's here by the phone. Tell him what your orders are.
I am to put a bullet in the pressure machine if I don't hear from you in 15 minutes.
You heard what he said. Well?
He's bluffing. If he put a bullet in the pressure machine, uranium would blow us all up. You and your men included.
That's right. But you see, Captain, my men and I have nothing to lose. And you and the rest do.
What do you mean?
The authorities in London are waiting to arrest us. Murder. So, as I said, we have nothing to lose if we're forced to blow up the ship.
Even if I turned the diamonds over to you, how would you get away?
We take the launch on B-Deck.
I see.
You've got 13 minutes left, Captain, before my man fires that bullet. And believe me, he will.
Seems I haven't any choice.
None.
The authorities will get you for this.
Let me worry about that. You've got 12 minutes left. Now you're being sensible.
First Officer Phillips speaking.
Phillips, this is Captain Andrews.
Yes, sir.
I want you to go to the purser, have him turn over to you the consignment of uncut diamonds we're carrying. Bring them to my cabin.
Sir, we'll be landing in less than...
That's an order, Phillips.
Yes, sir.
You should be here with the diamonds in a matter of minutes.
For your sake, I hope so, Captain. I hope so.
That must be Phillips now.
Have him come in.
Come in. I have the diamonds here, sir. Turn them over to this man.
But, sir...
Do as I say. The safety of the ship and our passengers are at stake. Yes, sir.
Thank you. You don't mind if I look them over?
What's this all about, sir? Seems that after many centuries, piracy has returned.
Piracy, sir?
Yes.
All right, I've checked them. Now, Captain, if you and your first officer will escort me to B-Deck.
Very well. Come along, Phillips.
Yes, sir.
After you, gentlemen. Our first stop will be the radio communications office. Here we are. Come on out on deck, Mike.
Everything all right?
Yes, stuff's in the sparks. All right, Captain. The next stop is the special storage room.
Very well.
Did you take care of the communications office, Mike?
Yeah, they won't be sending out any messages.
Good. Ah, here we are, Captain. Doc? Doc?
Why don't he answer?
Now the door's locked. Open up, Doc. It's us.
Dave, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Look, let's take the launch and blow out of here. It isn't our fault something happened to Doc.
You're forgetting one thing. We need Doc. He's the only one of us who knows how to navigate that launch.
Yeah. Come on, let's break down the door. Together now. Scum it. Once more. That does it. Sir, shall I try to slip away and sound the alarm?
It won't be necessary, Phipps.
There's Doc, lying on the floor in there. He's out cold.
Let's get him out.
Well, the air in here. I can't breathe. This place is full of gas. We better get out of here before we pass out. That gas must have gotten Doc.
Phillips.
Yes, sir?
Disarm these two men. Have the third one on our guard taken out of the storage room when the gas disperses.
Very good, sir.
I see, Phillips, you've revived the third man, eh?
Yes, sir. The three of them are all conscious again.
And the guard?
He's all right, too, sir. Oh, we found this, sir, in the third man's pocket.
Demolition stick.
As I see it, they were going to set it before they left the ship, sir.
Blow up my ships and passengers, would they?
Shall I put them in the brig, sir?
Brig? No, Phillips. I'm not taking them into London. I'm dealing with them here. Now.
Well, I don't understand, sir.
This launch they were going to take, have it filled with concentrated food and water. Enough to last them for years.
Very good, sir.
Then I want the launch's motor completely demolished. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
What are you going to do with us?
You've attempted a crime unheard of for centuries. Piracy. I'm going to mete out the old punishment for it. I'm setting the three of you adrift.
Adrift out here? No, you can't.
You gotta take us into London. You got it.
They're right, sir. It's your duty to turn them over to the police. You haven't the authority to...
Mr. Phillips.
Out here, I'm the law. You carry out my orders to the letter.
Yes, sir.
Captain, give us a break, will you? Don't set us adrift.
It will be murder. That's what it will be. Murder. Can't set us adrift out there. You can't.
I can and I will. You earned it.
How long have we been adrift out here? 2 months? 3? I guess I lost track. A long way back. Out here, with nothing but the sky to look at. Black, empty sky, blazing with stars. Time loses all meaning. The automatic radio senders keep transmitting signals, but no one listens. No one listens.
Yes, sir, Steve. Couldn't miss, could it? It couldn't miss, huh? You had everything covered, all right. All you missed was that automatic gas alarm they had in the storage room.
Shut up, Doc, shut up.
Yes, sir. When that guard failed to check in, I got a good dose of that gas. Just a small detail you overlooked.
I said shut up.
You think because you're sending out those signals, someone is going to pick us up, huh?
They've got to pick us up. They've got to.
You fool. We are drifting further from the Earth all the time.
But they can't leave us drifting in space in this rocket launch. They can't.
No? Why not? We are 100 million miles out and going further. And has anyone come after us yet?
The Space Patrol. They'll rescue us. I tell you they will.
Never. They're letting us be examples to anyone else who tries to hijack a space liner. We're drifting out here in empty space for months. We'll drift onward till the day we die.
No, we won't. We'll be picked up, I tell you.
Yes. Why don't you get wise to yourself? This is the year 2185. Miracles don't happen anymore.
This is a mysterious traveler again. Did you enjoy our trip into the year 2185? It seems that criminals of the future aren't going to have any future. Not with science fitted against them. Poor Steve, Mike, and Doc. Imagine being adrift in space in a disabled rocket launch and being completely ignored. Yes, it seems that not only doesn't crime pay today, but it's going to pay even less in the year 2185. Oh, but that reminds me of my story for next week, The Big Dive. It's about a young man who figured out a perfect alibi for murder, but he forgot to take into account that if... Oh, you have to get off here. I'm sorry. But I'm sure we'll meet again. I take this same train every week at this same time.
You have just heard The Mysterious Traveler, which is played by Maurice Tarplin. In the cast were Ralph Bell, Louis Van Ruten, and Roger de Coven. Original music is composed and played by Al Finelli. All characters in tonight's story were fictitious, and any resemblance to the names of actual persons was purely coincidental. Frank Waldecker speaking. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
76 years ago, May 2nd, 1950, The Mysterious Traveler. Up next, The Lives of Harry Lime, the prequel to the Third Man motion picture. That's next.
Your automobile may save your life during a national emergency. It can move you out of the target area, provide shelter, communications, and carry supplies. Keep your car in good shape at all times.
We continue now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox with the programs and the items that took effect before the motion picture, the very popular motion picture, The Third Man, which starred Orson Welles as Harry Lime. Harry Lime died in the picture, so you'll hear today what happened before. This is from 74 years ago, May 2nd, 1952, Susie's Q.
Presenting Orson Welles as the Third Man. The Lives of Harry Lime. The fabulous stories of the immortal character, originally created in the story The Third Man, with zither music by Anton Karas.
Her name was Suzie, but she was very, very far from being a floozy. She was lovely, and she was a countess. And I mean a genuine countess, too. I can vouch for that. I checked on her ancestry. It pays to be sure about these things. When I first met up with her, she was suffering from a complaint not uncommon among the post-war aristocracy of Western Europe, the main symptoms of which are expensive tastes and a certain emptiness of the purse, if you get what I mean. And that's how we came to team up, in fact. And since Carl and I turned out to be just the supers and Suzie was the star, I'll call this little adventure Susie's Q.
And now, Orson Welles as Harry Lime, the Third Man, in today's story, Susie's Q.
What brought
brought me to Vienna was a hint that for an astute financier like myself, there was an honest buck or two to be made on the international currency market. Not black, you understand, just a pale shade of gray. My informant had neglected to mention, however, that the regulations were being policed with ghoulish enthusiasm by the authorities of the 4 occupying powers. And as 4 against 1 is tough odds in any language, be it French, Russian, American, or British, I decided that the lime neck was too valuable a thing to risk being stuck out. There were 3 hours to go before the next plane back to Paris, so I was filling in time in the American bar in the Hotel Continental, reading an afternoon newspaper. At the next table, there was a man and a woman. He was the German officer type, you know, tall and straight-backed with that scar down one cheek. And she was, well, let's just say she had everything, all in the right proportions and all in the right places. As I read on, I was vaguely conscious of the man rising. He left the bar, and then after a while he came back, and the next second he was beside me. With a click of the heels and a stiff military bow.
Please forgive this interruption.
Oh, certainly.
See, the bookstall has no newspapers. We are wanting most anxiously to know the result of a case in the court today, which is bound to have been reported. Could I possibly be troubling you for a moment?
For my newspaper? Not at all. Here you are, man. Go ahead.
You are being most kind.
So?
Here we are, on the front page, as I thought. Baron wins claim, court order against divorced wife. He has won. Splendid. You hear that, Suzie? He has won.
I am so glad.
Your paper. 1,000 thanks.
Oh, well, why not take it over to your friend over there and read the report in detail?
No,
man.
It is only the verdict we are wanting. The Baron is being a friend of ours, you see. Again, our grateful thanks. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen, old man. Auf Wiedersehen. Curiosity being one of the lime failings, as soon as my heel-clicking friend had returned to his own table, I read the story through, and it seemed a certain Baron Dortmunder had been suing his divorced wife for the return of a family heirloom, a diamond necklace, which was reputed to have been owned by Marie Antoinette. And the wife's defense was that it had been a present to her, but the court had ruled this out in order to return the necklace forthwith. I was speculating idly on what chance a fellow would have of disposing of a little thing like this necklace. It happened to come into his possession when suddenly there was another click of heels.
Your pardon, please.
Oh, it's you again.
You will forgive this insistence, but are my friend and I correct in believing you to be Herr Lime?
Oh, yes. Lime's my name.
The Herr Lime?
What can I do for you, Herr...
Clausen. Karl Clausen.
Glad to know you, Herr Clausen.
The pleasure is, I'm assuring you, mutual.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
You have been reading the story of the Baron's necklace?
Yes, matter of fact, I have. Just glad
you are finding it of interest?
Well, yes, in a small way. I'm quite a collector of objets d'art myself, you know.
So it is said.
Yes, well, I had no idea I was so well known, as a matter of fact.
In our business, it is desirable to be well informed.
May I ask, what is your business, Herr Klause?
Perhaps the same as yours. It is possible you have been wondering how, if one is chancing to possess such a necklace, one would find for it the right buyer. Huh?
Are you a mind-reading act or something? Go right on, please.
And it is occurring to the Countess and myself that you may be interested in a proposition of business.
That's quite possible.
You are following what I mean? That I have already a buyer for the necklace at $100,000.
American dollars, old man?
Yeah.
Well, if I fall, no one can say I wasn't tempted. Lead on, Herr Klause. And that's how I came to meet Suzie. Their plan was simple enough. The Baron Dortmunder lived alone, except for a housekeeper and a manservant, in a small villa in one of the suburbs. Every Thursday night, the housekeeper went off duty. Next Thursday, Suzie planned to get the Baron out of the house by entertaining him at dinner. That left only the manservant. Klause was to cope with him by calling on the pretense of wanting to see the Baron and then keeping the fellow standing by while he wrote a long note. Meanwhile, with the coast clear upstairs, I was to purloin the necklace.
It is no difficulty, Harry Lime. The Baron's bedroom is on the first floor, and from it opens a balcony. From the garden, there is a lattice screen that leads to the balcony.
Yes,
a child could climb.
Well, that may be, honey, but what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm not a professional thief. Even if I get into the room, what do I do then? I imagine the necklace will be under lock and key, won't it?
You'll, of course, use this key.
Oh,
How did you get hold of that?
Well, I thought perhaps it may be of service some day. So one evening when I was dining with the Baron, he drank a little too much champagne, and when he was not looking, I took an impression of the key and went.
Susie is what you call a maker of opportunity.
Obviously. Well, I'd certainly like to oblige, but...
But what, my friend?
Forgive such a sordid detail, but... What's in it for Harry Lime?
Of course, we have not yet terms discussed.
No, we have not yet terms discussed.
How stupid of it. When the necklace is being sold, what say you to 1/5 of the proceeds? Yeah?
Well, I can answer that in one word, Herr Klauser. No.
Mm-hmm. What would Herr Lime
A
suggest?
three-way split, 1/3 each,
You want a third? For me, it is agreed.
But Susie...
Well, what point is there to quibble? Herr Lime is right. He is the one who takes the risk.
Thank you, Countess. Is that okay with you, Herr Klauser?
If Susie is saying it, I am in accord.
Then it is how you say, a deal?
Yes, it's how I say a deal.
Good. Champagne, Carl.
Champagne.
Let us drink to our new partnership and its success.
As we were all living in the one hotel, I saw quite a lot of Susie and Carl the next couple of days. We were already around to Christian name terms, but with Carl in tow, that was about as much solid progress as I could make. And it wasn't until Wednesday evening, the night before we planned to relieve the Baron of the necklace, that we managed to grab ourselves a few minutes alone. There was a beer garden next to the hotel with an orchestra that played nothing but waltzes.
Harry, I wish for a while to talk with you.
Well, here I am.
No, it is too crowded here, too much noise. Where can we go?
What's beyond that gate over there?
Some trees and a lawn.
No people?
No people.
I think we've been wasting our time here. Let's go, honey. As we went through the gate and left the dancers and the music behind, my heart skipped a jump or two, and I had a sort of crazy, excited feeling like a high school boy about to embark on his first love affair. Half of me was saying, go easy, Harry. Don't start something you can't finish. And the other half was longing to take Susie in my arms.
You are seeming a little nervous, Harry. You are not worried about tomorrow night.
Oh, no, of course not. I'd be worried.
You are not regretting you have joined with Carl and me?
Oh, no, I'm glad.
So am I. It is bringing to me much happiness to have met you. You are so different from every other man I have known. Harry, when this is over, when the necklace is sold and we have divided the money, what will you do?
Well, it mightn't be very healthy to stick around here. I guess I'll go back to Paris.
I shall miss you very much.
Well, why not come too?
If only I could.
What's to stop you?
Oh, Carl.
You mean you and he?
Huh? You have not guessed?
Well, I have wondered a few times.
Oh. Once for a little while we were being lovers. It is all over now since a long time, and we are just what you call associates of business. It is agreed what I do is my own affair, but he is by disposition very jealous, and I am always afraid.
Listen, leave Carl to me. I've handled tougher guys than him. Susie, with the moonlight on your face and in your hair, lovelier than ever.
Am I?
Loveliest thing I've ever seen.
Please, Harry, you mustn't.
I'm crazy about you.
Harry.
You will come with me to Paris, won't you?
Oh, well, I'll try.
Good.
Oh, please let me go. Someone is coming.
Okay, we'll get back to this subject later, I don't know just how much Carl was responsible, but I didn't get a chance to see Susie alone all next day, so the question of the future stayed up in the air. Now, of course, there was something even more important to think about, Operation Necklace. Around about 9 o'clock, Susie went off to keep a dinner date with the Baron. An hour after that, Carl and I left the hotel separately and met again later, according to plan, in a dark laneway that ran beside the Baron's villa. I let myself quietly into the Baron's garden and hid behind a big shrub. Then Carl went openly to the front door and pulled the bell. There was a short pause. And then...
Good evening, Joachim.
Oh, it's you, Herr Klauser. I crossed the lawn, and in another second I was climbing up the lattice. It was even easier than I'd thought. The latch on the bedroom door was old and loose, and in half a minute it was open, and I was inside. I switched on a small flashlight, located the safe, turned the key that Suzie had given me, and it opened as sweetly as a dream. There was a lot of other stuff in the safe, but it was the necklace I was after. I found it at last, in a plush-lined case. I took one quick glance. Looked all right to me. $100,000 was a bargain basement price for a set of rocks like that. I closed the safe, and then, as I was moving toward the balcony door, it happened. A small chair I failed to see and stumbled into. I paused for a moment, holding my breath. Then I heard feet pounding up the stairway and voices.
Where do you think it came from?
On the master's bedroom. Quickly, Herr Clausen. This way.
There wasn't any time to escape. I slipped behind a set of heavy curtains by the window, and as I did so, I wondered, was this just an accident? Or had Carl found out about Suzie and me? Was this a double cross?
In a moment, Orson Welles returns as Harry Lime, the third man. And now, Orson Welles, as Harry Lime, the third man, continues today's story, Suzie's Cue.
In another second, Carl and the Baron's servant were in the room. My hand was on my gun, ready. If it was a double cross, Carl was going to be very sorry indeed. The light clicked on.
No one here, Joachim.
He may be hiding.
Nonsense. You must have imagined it.
Look, Herr Closer. That chair is fallen over. That is no imagination. And the balcony door is unlatched.
But you're sure you locked it?
Quite sure.
In that case, he's probably escaped into the garden. No? I see no one. That she's got clear by now.
Herr Klauser, will you stay here, please? While I'm going down and telephoning the police.
But is that necessary?
It's what the Herr Baron would do.
All right. Off with you.
Thank you, sir.
You can come out now.
Thanks.
You fool. You're nearly bungling the whole thing.
Well, I warned you this was out of my line.
It's done now. You have the necklace.
Yes, I got the necklace.
You'd better go while there's time. Wait for me in your room.
Okay. See you later, sweetheart. 20 minutes later, I was back at the hotel. I waited in my room till after midnight, when I was just beginning to wonder whether something had gone wrong. There was a cautious knock on the door, repeated 3 times. It was Carl's signal.
Is everything all right?
Sure, come in.
You have caused me much trouble, Harry. Much embarrassment.
Well, so what? No one can possibly suspect you. You're getting all steamed up about nothing, old man.
This is maybe. But it makes for all of us much difficulty. With luck, the Baron, his loss might not have discovered for many days, by which time we should all be out of Vienna and in the clear. Now the police are active and anything may happen. You have the necklace, Harry?
Yes, of course I do, old man.
Let me see.
There. Feast your eyes on that,
Ah, it is beautiful.
You said it.
I am seeing at midday tomorrow this man who wishes to buy. He will have the money in cash.
Well, before I hand over the necklace, don't you think we should let Suzie have a look at it, too? Huh?
Why?
Well, after all, she's in this as much as you and I. Isn't she entitled to some visual proof that I'm handing it over to you? Suppose tomorrow morning you deny that I have. Who's she to believe? You or me?
You are doubting my integrity?
Oh, no, not at all, man. No, not at all. I just like to be sure.
Herr Lime, I remind you I am a Klauser. That means I am a gentleman. A gentleman's word, this is bond. So that is something perhaps you would not understand.
Now, take it easy, Carl.
Elsewhere and in other circumstances, you would be obliging me to seek satisfaction.
I bet you swung a nifty saber in the good old days at Heidelberg. No need to blow your top now.
The necklace, please.
Times have changed. The necklace? I'm sure. Here you are. Take it. And, Carl.
Yes?
Maybe I did speak a little out of turn. If so, I'm sorry, old man.
Oh, that is all right. We are perhaps both being a little on edge this evening.
No hard feelings?
Of course not, Harry.
That's fine. And by the way, where is Suzie now? Have you seen her?
Only for a minute. She was already here at the hotel when I returned. I managed to speak a few words with her.
How did she get along with the Baron?
Oh, it seems the dinner was disturbed abruptly when word came to the Baron of the robbery. So he went off with the police, and she came back here. By now, I'm imagining she's asleep.
Well, that mightn't be a bad idea for all of us, one way or another. It's been quite an evening. Good night, Carl.
Good night.
I was disappointed. I sort of hoped Suzie would drop in before she called it a night. I waited up another hour on the off chance that she would, but had no sign of her. So I turned in. Next morning, she wasn't down for breakfast. At 11 o'clock, she still hadn't appeared. I went into the bar and bought myself a drink, and just as I was beginning to get really worried, there she was, looking fresher and lovelier than ever.
Good morning, Harry.
Oh, hello there. Now, where have you been? Why haven't I seen you?
I've had to, as you call it, lie low.
Lie low? Why?
The police.
You mean to say you're being tailed?
Yes.
But how come? Why should they possibly suspect you?
I do not think they are suspecting me exactly,
Well?
but they are interested in me because I was last night with the Baron. And so, for the time being, I have to be careful. Harry, I have news for you. Important news.
What is it?
I am afraid that Carl, he is how you say, double-crossing us.
You must be wrong, Suzie. I grant you he's a bit of a pain in the neck, but after all, he's an aristocrat and a gentleman.
Would you be interested to know that Carl's mother was a waitress in a beer garden?
What?
And that his father died in prison, where he was spending 20 years for robbery with violence?
You're kidding.
And that Carl was brought up in the slums and gutters of Vienna, and that before he was of age, he was 3 times in jail for picking pockets?
Oh, it can't be true, all that smooth politeness that...
It is true. I am knowing his background, you see. You have given him the necklace.
Oh, sure, last night.
Then perhaps you will explain to me why he has booked a single seat on the 1 o'clock plane for Suez.
Is that a fact, Suzie?
Yes, I have checked it for myself.
So that's his little game. Well, he needn't think he can get away with it, Suzie. No.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to get that necklace, of course. In a long and disillusioned career, I've had to deal with many double-crossers, and experience has taught me there's only one way to do it. That's to get in first and never give the other guy a chance. So when I burst in on Carl in his room, my gun was already in my hand.
Hey! What is the meaning of this? I do not understand.
You can save that no comprise stuff, old
But
man.
I assure you...
Don't reach for your pocket either. If this happens to be loaded, it might just go off. The necklace, where is it?
Please, if you would only explain.
You heard me, the necklace. I'll give you 3 seconds. 1, 2...
It is in my hip pocket.
All right, turn around.
But I
do as
told
you're
you.
told. No tricks.
Very well.
That's more like it. Right. From now on, I'll take charge of this, old man.
Now, if you will please to tell me what this is all about.
Can't you guess, Carl?
I can only assume it is what you call the double cross.
Well, that comes very well from you, you two-timing crook.
This is intolerable.
Now listen to me, Herr Klauser. This is Harry Lime talking, so get it straight. But what I was going to say to Carl remained unsaid. For at that moment, the door was flung open, and in burst an inspector and the biggest, toughest cop I'd ever seen.
There is the man, Klauser. Arrest him.
Yes, Herr Inspector.
What is the meaning of this?
Hey, what goes on? Come along, you.
This is an outrage. I protest.
If Carl had had any sense, he'd have gone quietly, but he started to struggle, so the cop hung a smart one on his jaw, and the subsequent proceedings, as they say in all the best novels, interested Carl no more.
Permit me to offer my congratulations, Herr Lime.
Oh, sure. Yeah, quite all right.
You can put that gun away now. You have recovered the necklace?
The necklace? Oh, yes, it's right here in my pocket.
May I have it, please?
What? Certainly.
The Herr Baron will be most grateful, I am sure. You must have been thinking we would never arrive, but we came as soon as we were receiving the telephone
Telephone call? What telephone call?
From the Countess, the lady to whom you gave the message.
Oh, Oh, yes, of course.
May I ask, Herr Lime, how it was you first came to suspect Colonel Clauser?
Oh, just a hunch, I guess. Did you say Colonel Clauser?
Why, yes. Were you not knowing he was in the war a famous military officer?
Clauser?
In Bavaria, the Clausers for many generations are being much respected. The colonel is, how do you call it? The dark sheep of the family.
Yes, I see. You've had dealings with him before, hmm?
Yes, unfortunately.
Now, tell me just one thing, Inspector. From your knowledge of him, would you say he's the sort of man who'll double-cross an associate?
No. Impossible. He has many faults, it is true. But always his integrity is impeccable. He is, if I may put it so, the soul of honor.
Oh, well. Duplicity, thy name is woman. I knew most of the answers now, but there were still a few I had to learn. After the inspector had gone, I went looking for Suzie. I didn't have to search for long. She was still in the bar, and her greeting to me was as casual as if nothing had happened at all. She seemed more than willing to talk. Certainly, she admitted she'd lied to me about Carl planning a double-cross and about his background. Certainly, she'd phoned the police and given them a message purporting to come from me. The further we went, the more baffled I must have looked. For finally, she put her cool hand on mine and smiled at me and said,
Poor Harry. You find it all a little confusing, yes?
Well, maybe I'm not the subtle type, but wouldn't it have been a lot simpler just to denounce both Carl and myself and made a thorough job of it?
But I would never have dreamed to do that.
But why?
I had to get Carl out of the way, it's true. For a long time now he has been difficult, but with you it was different.
Well, how?
I have no cause to wish you ill, Harry. Besides, I like you. I like you very much. If anything were to happen to you...
I still don't get it, you know. If Carl didn't plan to double-cross us, he'd have sold the necklace, and then your share would have been $30,000, isn't that right?
Right.
But as it is, you get nothing.
But that is where you are wrong. I get the necklace. All of it. To myself.
How come?
It is very simple. You see, when I dined last night with the Baron, he did me the honor to ask me to be his wife.
Harry Lime will be back in just a moment. And now, Harry Lime.
Appearances, like women, are notoriously deceitful. Now, take Suzie. That's right, you take her. I got enough trouble of my own. And then there's Carl. Just because Carl said he was an officer and a gentleman, and just because Carl looked like an officer and a gentleman, and even acted like one, I was sure he had to be a fake. Just goes to show you. Nowadays, you can't trust anybody. So long now.
74 years ago, May 2nd, 1952, The Lives of Harry Lime here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on this Saturday. Tomorrow we will have Harold Perry as the great Gildersleeve as Bronco disappears. Father Knows Best, starring Robert Young from 1951, The Missing Salesman. And the Lux Radio Theater from 1937, Claudette Colbert and Joel McCrae in Hands Across the Table. On Monday, Jack Webb and Dragnet, Crime and Peter Chambers starring Dane Clark, and our westerns of Frontier Gentlemen starring John Daner, and Luke Slaughter of Tombstone starring Sam Buffington. On Tuesday, Jack Benny in Clown Hall Tonight from 1940, part of the ongoing Fred Allen feud. Mr. and Mrs. Blandings, the radio adaptation of Blandings Builds His Dream House, starring movie star Cary Grant and his wife Betsy Drake as Mrs. Blandings. Also Jimmy Durante and the Aldrich family. That'll all be coming up on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we'll have another episode of The Big Show, and this will be the last one for a little while, as I don't think I have any more in that series right along that line, so we'll look at juggling some things and get you some more because y'all seem to be enjoying them. But this will be The Big Show. Tallulah Bankhead, Fred Allen, and Georgie Jessel. And Amos and Andy and the annual Lodge Picnic. And this one is fun. On Thursday, we'll have a crime with I Was a Communist for the FBI starring Dana Andrews. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes starring Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce. Boston Blackie starring Dick Culmer. And Calling All Cars. On Friday next, we will have All Westerns as Roy Rogers from 1945, Frontier Town starring Reed Hadley, Gunsmoke, and Have Gun Will Travel. And then on Saturday, we will have 2-hour programs a week from today. The Lux Radio Theater presentation of My Man Godfrey starring William Powell and Carol Lombard, and Biography and Sound, and our salute to Fred Allen. That's a week from today here on Classic Radio Theater. Anytime online at classicradio.stream, where you can also support the podcast. Coming up next on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, Inner Sanctum Mysteries.
During a national emergency, you may have to be your own fireman. Take the first step now. Remove all fire hazards in your home. Eliminate clutter. Store flammables in a safe place.
Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox continues now with an episode of Inner Sanctum Mysteries. This goes back 81 years to May 2nd, 1945. No Coffin for the Dead.
Lipton Tea and Lipton Soup present Inner Sanctum Mysteries. Good evening, fiends. Friends of the Inner Sanctum. This is Raymond, your host, inviting you through the squeaking door. Don't hesitate. Come right in. Oh, it's a bit dark. Careful, don't brush up against that skeleton. Oh, he's quite harmless, I assure you. He's only the skeleton in our closet come out for a bit of air.
The idea of a skeleton coming out for air. Such nonsense.
Oh, you mean because it's already so well ventilated? Oh, how do you do, Mary Bennett?
Hello, Mr. Raymond. Now, you tell me truthfully, is there a family skeleton in your closet?
Oh, yes, indeed. And what's more, we make no bones about it. But I'd like to really get him out of the closet. I need space to store my Lipton's noodle soup.
What a silly thing to say. You know very well that Lipton's noodle soup comes in a tidy little package that takes up hardly any room at all.
Oh.
Fact is, Lipton's is convenient all the way around. It takes hardly any time to make, costs less, and makes lots more than canned soups. And when it comes to flavor, nothing can beat Lipton's. It's a grand, homemade tasting noodle soup with a chickeny flavor. And, folks, Lipton's is just swimming with tender golden egg noodles. It's like I always say, you just don't know how good noodle soup can be till you've tried Lipton's.
And like I always say, tonight, put a tight hat on your head so your hair won't rise. And get ready to listen to No Coffin for the Dead. It's an original story by Emil Tepperman. And our star tonight is that famous radio actor, Les Tremaine, who plays the part of Tom Archer. Along the swanky East River Drive, all is quiet, except for the footsteps of two men who hurry toward one of the many tall apartment houses. Let me introduce you quickly to these two men before death strikes out at them. The man on the outside, the tall, blonde man, is District Attorney Tom Archer. The other one, the lean, dark-haired fellow, is Tom Archer's assistant, John Frayne. Tom's really worried about him.
I'll walk you to the door of your house, John. I don't like your being out alone this late at night. Whoever's been sending you those threatening letters isn't John. Look out, John. That fellow in the alley with a knife. Look out. Drop that knife, you. Oh, you've killed him. You've killed John Frayne. No, keep back, you. No. With that knife, you don't. No. No, don't stab me. Well, the devil killed John Frayne. Stabbed me. I'll remember his face if I ever see him again. I'll remember. When I began to regain consciousness after that attack, I was lying on the ground at the mouth of the little alley near John Frayne's home. A fussy little ambulance intern had just finished working over me. There was a small crowd around me, and I glimpsed the face of Detective Inspector Lambert just behind the intern.
There. Feel better now, Mr. Archer?
How is he, Doc?
I about got him fixed up, Inspector Lambert. I think he'll be all right. He's conscious now.
Can I talk to him?
Yeah, but better not move him for a few minutes till the shock wears off.
How are you, Mr. Archer? Well, pretty good. I feel like a mummy with all these bandages.
Yeah, both hands. What did they do? Jump you with knives?
Oh, we were passing the alley. John and I... John? What happened to John Frayne? Speak up, Inspector. What happened to John?
Now, take it easy, Mr. Archer.
John's dead.
They got him in the back. Right through the heart.
Oh, merciful heaven. John?
Did you get a look at the killers, Mr. Archer? Could you identify them?
Well, there was only one man. He came out of the alley. He stabbed John, and then he swung at me. I didn't have time to go for my gun, so I caught the blade in my bare hands. He ripped the knife away and stabbed at me I don't know how many times.
6 stab wounds, Mr. Archer. You're darn lucky none of them hit a vital spot. That was a brave thing, grabbing the knife with your bare hands. Probably saved your life.
That's the mistake the killer made, leaving me alive. I've seen his face. I'll catch up with him, if it takes the rest of my life. I was a bit shaky on my feet when Inspector Lambert and the intern helped me up. But I insisted on going over to where the body of John Frayne lay, covered with a white sheet. And then I saw Susan, leaning against the great comforting bulk of old Mrs. Hogan, her housekeeper. She was looking down at the shroud that covered her husband's body.
It was God's will, Mrs. Frayne.
Susan.
Oh, Tom. Tom, I can't believe it. John.
Be brave, Susan. John's dead. Nothing I can say will replace him.
Have you any idea who the murderer is?
Oh, I saw his face for a moment, that's all. But I'll recognize it again, I'm sure.
Mr. Archer, here's something we found in the alley.
What is it, Inspector?
Looks like the charm off a watch fob. It's broken off.
The charm? Well, you recognize it, Mrs. Frayne?
Oh, no. No, it can't be. It can't be.
No, of course not, Susan. There are hundreds of watch charms like this one. What is it, Mrs. Frayne?
That watch charm. My younger brother, Peter, wears one just like it.
Oh? Oh, nonsense, Lambert. You can buy those in any jewelry store. Besides, I saw the killer's face. It wasn't Pete. Mrs. Hogan,
Yes, Mr. Archer?
please take Mrs. Frayne upstairs now.
That I'll do. Come along, darling.
I'll see you later, Susan.
Oh, please stay here, Tom. You're hurt. All those wounds.
I'll be okay. Right now, I've got to go downtown with Inspector Lambert and look at pictures while that murderer's face is fresh in my mind. At headquarters, I looked through hundreds of pictures in the Rogues Gallery. It was just 2 hours before I came upon the photograph. Lambert, this is our man. You're sure? Positive. I'll never forget that face. Turn it over. Let's see the name, quick.
Right. Bart Hogan. Good heavens.
Bart Hogan? That would be the son of old Mrs. Hogan, the Frayne housekeeper. Lambert and I both remembered the case of Bart Hogan. It went back 5 years before John Frayne had married Susan. Bart Hogan had lived with his mother, both working for Susan's father. One day, Bart Hogan had snatched up a kitchen knife and attacked Susan's father with mad fury. Only John's lucky arrival had saved the old man. John subdued Bart Hogan. The mad youngster had been committed to the state asylum for life. But he had escaped 7 months ago. Nobody had heard from him since then. Until tonight.
Great Scott. So that murderous kid has come back after all these years to get his revenge.
I'm going back to the Frayne house. I want to talk to Mrs. Hogan.
You think you might know where our son can be found?
Who knows? I'll talk to her anyway.
By the way, Mr. Archer.
Yes?
While you're up there, suppose you just kind of check on whether Brother Pete has lost his watch charm.
The Fraynes occupied a top-floor duplex in the riverfront apartment house. I took the elevator up, and Mrs. Hogan admitted me.
I'll take your hat and coat, Mr. Archer.
Thank you. Mrs. Hogan, where's your son, Bart?
Bart? Well, why'd you ask after Bart?
Have you seen or heard from him since he escaped from the state asylum?
What makes you ask that?
Mrs. Hogan, there's reason to believe that the person who attacked us in the alley is your son, Bart.
Oh, no. Never say that, Mr. Archer.
I'm afraid it's true.
No, it couldn't be. I swear to you, it couldn't be Bart.
Why not?
I can't tell you why. But it wasn't Bart, I'm sure.
What makes you so sure? You know where he's been hiding since his escape? You know where he is now?
Oh, heaven help me.
If you know where he is, you must give him up.
But he didn't do it. He didn't.
Believe me, Mrs. Hogan, I understand how you feel. But it'd be far better for Bart to go back to the state asylum than to be hunted for this new crime. If he didn't do it.
Mr. Archer, if I prove to you that Bart couldn't have done it, would you let him be? Not make him go back to the asylum?
Well, I don't know what to say. You see, I was downtown just now, and I recognized the picture of the man who attacked us. It turned out to be your son. There's very little chance that I was mistaken.
But if I prove he couldn't have done it?
How can you prove it?
Well, come, I'll show you.
Her usually ruddy face was drained of blood as she led me up the stairs to the upper floor of the duplex, and then along the hall to her room.
I always keep the door locked. Go inside, please.
Oh, I don't see anything in this room, Mrs. Hogan.
Well, over here, please, the closet.
Is that you, Ma? Is that you?
It's all right, Bart, darling. I brought a good friend.
Good heavens. You've been hiding him here in this closet?
For 7 months now. When he escaped from the asylum, he came here. I cleared out the closet. It just holds the cot. He lies in there night and day.
Where's he, Ma? Why'd you bring him? What's he want?
Don't be afraid, Bart. Mr. Archer won't hurt you. He wants to ask you some questions.
Bart, have you been out of this room tonight?
Out? Me? Not a chance.
He tells the truth, Mr. Archer. Here, I'll pull the blanket back and show you the proof. There. Look at his legs. He was shot in both legs when he escaped from the asylum. I couldn't get medical attention for him, and the wounds never healed properly.
I see.
You must believe me now, Mr. Archer. Bart couldn't be one who attacked you, because, well, he'll never be able to walk as long as he lives.
Well, now, if Bart Hogan didn't do it, and mind you, I said if, then who did kill poor John Frayne? Well, whoever killed him must have been a rather cheerful person because he took life so cheerfully.
Cheerful indeed. Mr. Raymond, you've always had such gruesome thoughts on your mind, you wouldn't recognize something cheerful if you met right up with it.
Oh, now, Mary, aren't you being a bit unfair?
No, I'm not. You just don't know what folks like. But you listen to me, because I'm going to make a suggestion that'll please everyone.
All right.
Folks, if you want to give the boys overseas a real taste of home, why not send them a package or two of Lipton's noodle soup? It's so easy to do. You don't even need a request slip. You know, a bowl of hot soup makes a mighty good snack for the boys. And when they receive Lipton's noodle soup mix, they're getting that old-fashioned kind of chickeny-tasting noodle soup. So send a package or two of Lipton's to your favorite serviceman.
That's a terrific suggestion. And here's another thing that pleases me. There seems to be plenty of murder ahead in tonight's story. You remember that pretty little girl, Susan? Well, looks like she's next on the murderer's list. How about that, Tom? Come on, tell us more. And don't spare the gore.
When I entered the living room on the lower floor, a few minutes later, Susan and Peter were there with Arnold Matson, the lawyer.
I tell you, this is a serious problem, Susan, and we've got to find an answer to it.
There is no answer, Mr. Matson. Oh, Tom, thank heaven you've come at last.
Hello, Susan. Hello, Peter.
Hi.
You know Mr. Matson, of course.
Of course. I understand, Mr. Archer, that you narrowly escaped the same fate as poor John.
Well, I was lucky.
Those bandages must be a nuisance.
I can stand them. Bandages are better than a shroud. By the way, Peter, that looks like a new watch charm you're wearing.
What, this? Oh, I lost the other one someplace, so I bought a new one. What of it?
Oh, nothing. Mr. Matson, when I came in, you were saying something about a serious problem.
Exactly. As you know, Susan's father left an estate of $1.25 million in a trust fund to be paid to Susan on her 23rd birthday.
Yes, I know. And she'll be 23 next month.
But there's a proviso in the will, Mr. Archer. In order to receive the inheritance, Susan must be married and living with her husband on that date.
Please, Mr. Matson, I don't want to talk about the money.
Yes, but don't you see? You'll lose it all. The will distinctly says that you must be living with your husband. If not, then the money goes to 8 charities, except for $50,000 to Peter.
I don't care. I don't care what happens to the money. Without John, it doesn't matter.
Well, Peter, it'll be a break for you.
What do you mean by that, Master?
Well, there's no need to become enraged, Peter. I only pointed
you
out...
filthy rat, I'll show you what I mean.
Take it easy, Peter.
Go. All right. Take your hands off me. Why are you all looking at me like that? You look as if you thought I killed John. Well, say it. Why'd you say what you think?
Better cool off a little, Pete. This is no time for a scene.
Yeah? For that matter, Tom Archer, what about you? You'd like to marry Susan yourself, wouldn't you?
Why, you rotten little...
You better cool off a little, Tom. This is no time for a scene.
I'm sorry. Yes, Peter, you're right. I would like to marry Susan. You know that, don't you?
Yes, Tom, I know.
You two look at each other like a couple of puppies in love. I'm going to get a drink.
And nuts to the 50,000.
Right, George, I've got it.
Got what, Mr. Matson?
The solution to our problem.
What are you talking about?
That's it, don't you see, Susan? You can marry Tom Archer here, and then you'll be able to legally claim the estate on your birthday.
Well, that's a pretty callous thing to suggest, Matson.
Callous? I'm a lawyer. It's my duty to protect my client.
I couldn't do it.
Of course not. Look here, Susan. Is there anyone else in the world who would benefit by John's death?
I don't know. I can't think.
What's the difference? Are you still looking for clues, Archer? You know who the murderer is, young Bart Hogan. Why look further?
Bart Hogan?
Matson, how did you know about Bart Hogan?
What do you mean?
Well, I've just come from Inspector Lambert's office. There was nobody present when we found Hogan's picture. How did you know about it?
Well, it's really quite simple. I phoned headquarters a little while ago, and Inspector Lambert told me.
Archer, Matson!
What's that?
Peter!
Archer, come quick, in the kitchen.
Come along, Matson, quick.
Yes.
You stay here, Susan.
All right, Pete, take it easy. We're coming. Down the hall, the kitchen.
Get hold of yourself.
You open the door. I can't.
Look, go ahead, Archer. Open it. Good heavens.
It's Mrs. Hogan. She lay on the kitchen floor on her back, with blood all over her clothes. The blood came from a gaping knife wound in her throat, and the knife lay on the floor alongside her.
I found her that way.
Her body's warm. She was killed within the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Then the killer's running loose somewhere in the house.
Susan, she's alone.
Good heavens, there on the floor.
Susan, darling.
Is she dead?
No, she's only fainted. The shock.
Oh.
It's all right, Susan.
What happened? Was it Mrs. Hogan?
Yes.
Who?
We don't know. But the killer's in the house.
That madman is liable to kill us all, one at a time. I have a revolver. Let's search the house.
Right. Matson, you go in the kitchen and stand guard over that knife. There may be fingerprints on it.
Very well.
Peter, you stay here with Susan. Here's my gun. Don't be afraid to use it.
Wait. Wait just a minute.
What is it, Matson?
Has it occurred to you the killer may be one of us?
One of us? What are you looking at me for?
You were out of this room for quite a while.
Why, you are... I'll kill you!
Look out, the gun! Drop that gun, Peter! Drop it!
That's better. I'll take the gun.
He was going to shoot me.
Sorry. I lost my head.
Susan, I'm sorry you have to go through all this. Everybody's on edge. There's a killer loose in the house, and we've got to find him.
Yes, Tom. I know you'll do whatever's right.
I'll try. You two. You can both stay here with Susan. I'll search the house myself. Matson, call the police.
Yes, but how can you hold the gun with your hands all bandaged? You can't pull the trigger.
I'll use it as a club. All right, now. Don't move out of this room till I return.
Be careful, Tom. You mustn't let anything happen to you, too.
I went slowly up the stairs to the upper floor, gripping the gun by the barrel in my bandaged hand. At the end of the hall, I stopped before the door of Mrs. Hogan's room. I opened the door with the keys. Inside the room, the closet door was open. Bart Hogan was still lying on his cot. He must have been expecting me. His eyes were wild with terror. He had a long pencil clutched in his right hand, the only weapon he could find to use against me. His left fist was clutched into a tight ball. He watched me, stiff with fear, as I moved slowly toward him. across the room.
Keep away from me.
I had no time to waste on him. I swept aside the fist that clutched the pencil.
Help!
And brought the revolver butt down hard on his forehead. I went over to the window, opened it. Then I went back to the bed, pulled the sheet, pulled it away, lifted him. His weak and withered legs dangled uselessly. I carried him over to the window, rested him against the sill. He opened his eyes. He was recovering from the blow. I didn't wait. I pushed hard. He went toppling out of the window. I leaned over and saw the body strike against the 10th floor setback, then go hurtling into the air and smash down upon the pavement far below. There wasn't enough of him left to perform an autopsy on. They'd never know his legs had been no good, that he hadn't been able to walk. Everything would be easy sailing from here on. Susan would marry me to save the estate. $1.25 million. Oh, I'd been clever enough. When I called out that fake warning at the mouth of the alley, I myself stabbed John in the back. Then I slashed myself up. They'd taken my story at face value, Lambert and the others. I'd guessed that Mrs. Hogan was hiding Bart, but just as a precaution, I'd stolen Peter's watch chain and dropped it at the scene of the crime in case I should need another suspect. But when I found Bart couldn't walk, it became necessary to kill Mrs. Hogan, too, for she was the only one who could tell the police Bart hadn't been able to walk. All I had to do now was go down and say I'd found Bart, we had fought, and he had fallen from the window. The perfect crime. I took one more last look down into the street, where a crowd had gathered around Bart's body. I was able to make out the figure of Inspector Lambert, bending over what was left of him. And I saw Lambert force something out of the clenched left fist of the dead body. In a flash, I remembered that feeble little pencil with which Bart had tried to defend himself. I pulled in my head from the window and glanced across to the closet. I saw it at once. A small white scratch pad. I rushed across the room and snatched up the pad. And there, on the topmost page, were the indentations of what Bart Hogan had written on the page and then had torn off. I could read it clearly. I could almost imagine his terrified voicing of the frightened appeal as he wrote it.
Archer was here. He means to kill me. He wants them to think I killed John Frayne. But I can't walk. I've got 2 bullets in my legs. For God's sake, save me.
Bart had written that note, meaning to throw it out the window. But I'd come back too soon for him, and I had thrown it out of the window for him. I went back to the window and looked down. I saw Lambert peering up. Then he turned away and hurried toward the entrance of the building. He's coming for me. There's only one thing for me to do now. I've locked the door. It'll take time to break it down. In the meantime, I've taken the bandage off my right hand. I'm writing a full account of tonight's work. I gambled for a fortune, and I lost.
Oh, dear. And I loved that boy so. Yes, sir, he seemed like such a nice young man. Well, his trouble was he tried to commit the perfect crime without first practicing up on minor crimes. He should have started by stealing watermelons and maybe tried his hand at robbing mail trains.
Mr. Raymond, what are you suggesting? And just when I was getting ready to tell people to send a bowl of soup to the boys overseas.
Wouldn't the soup get cold by the time it arrived?
Oh, of course not. Why, Lipton's noodle soup mix comes in a flat package. You simply send it along to your favorite soldier. And he'll be pleased by your little gift because this noodle soup is just like a taste of home. So enclose a package or two of Lipton's the next time you write to him.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry you have to go so soon. But drop in again next Tuesday for another little blood fest. You know, some people have to commit murders to get a kick out of life. Others get their satisfaction from listening to Inner Sanctum. But, word of advice. If you've got to commit a murder, please don't get yourself caught. Because if you do, you'll surely get a free ride with the only person never bothered by backseat drivers. I mean that they're hearse drivers. By the way, this month's Inner Sanctum mystery novel is A Time to Die by Hilda Lawrence. Now, I guess it's time to close that there squeaking door until next week when Lipton Tea and Lipton Soup bring you another Inner Sanctum mystery directed by Hyman Brown. So until then, good night. Pleasant dreams.
Folks, here we are outside the squeaking door. And I guess we're all pretty shaken up after hearing about those murders. But I know just the thing that'll put us back to normal again. It's Lipton tea. Yes, a cup of that brisk Lipton tea would do just fine. And did you notice that word brisk? B-R-I-S-K. It's a mighty important word in tea language. The tea experts always use it. It means that Lipton tea has a lively flavor. It's never wishy-washy. That's why most folks prefer Lipton's to any other kind. Now, don't forget, that's Lipton tea. And don't forget to tune in again next Tuesday night to Inner Sanctum.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
81 years ago, May 2nd, 1945, Inner Sanctum Mysteries on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. You can go by classicradio.stream to support the podcast, and you can also, if you have digestive issues, check out Professor B's Digestive Aid, link in the show notes, link at classicradio.stream, and use the promo code Wyatt when you go by there if you decide to purchase. That'll support the podcast, and it'll also get you the best price possible on the product. Up next, Reed Hadley in the Adventures of Red Ryder.
In time of disaster, natural or nuclear, medical aid may not be available. That's why one member of each family should take a Red Cross first aid or home nursing course now.
Little Western adventure here also on this crime-filled episode of Classic Radio Theater. Reed Hadley in the Adventures of Red Ryder, going back 84 years, May 2nd, 1942. Crime in Riata Springs.
From out of the West comes Red Ryder, America's famous fighting cowboy. There's trouble brewing in Riata Springs, so ride, little beaver. Prod that pony.
You betcha him. Get him up, Papoose. Get along. Get!
Come on, Thunder. Hit that trail. The Adventures of Red Ryder. Folks, they say it's fun to be fooled, but I can tell you this. When you buy bread, it's more fun to know you're getting a loaf that is fresh, that stays deliciously fresh to the last bite. And that means Langendorf bread. The bread that's so creamy, smooth in texture, so swell tasting, so wonderfully fresh, that baking experts judged it America's finest bread. But it's good. And it gives you a big 1-2 energy bonus. Langendorf bread contains nerve and energy vitamin B1, plus dextrose, the world's greatest quick energy food. So enjoy Langendorf bread at every meal for crispy, good breakfast toast and in sandwiches that stay deliciously fresh. For goodness sake and for energy's sake, make America's finest bread your daily bread. When you're at your grocer's, always reach for fresh and tasty Langendorf bread, the bread that does stay deliciously fresh longer. Followed America's fighting cowboy, he had cleaned up Banker Hopkins, Fargo Vixen, and the entire town of Shawnee. Then, as he and Little Beaver rode for home, they came across one of Red Ryder's oldest range friends, Matt Kennedy and his auburn-haired daughter Beth, starting down the trail to bring their cattle to market. Learning from Matt that trouble may lie ahead, Red and Little Beaver have joined them, and as we find them, they're trotting along behind dust clouds which mark the cattle.
Red, that's a satisfying sight, seeing those cattle jogging along after all the trouble it's taken to feed them right and raise them right.
Yes, Matt, I don't know of anything that makes a man feel better than seeing his work turn out successfully.
Yeah.
Oh, thunder.
You two wouldn't be counting your chickens before they're hatched, would you?
First talk them about steers, and I'll call them chickens. I no savvy.
Well, I guess the only thing you really savvy, Little Beaver, is trouble. It seems every plane
say,
you
talking
get to...
about, wait a minute, talking about trouble, it looks like something's wrong. Here comes my foreman, riding wide open.
What is it, Fred? What's the trouble?
Trouble ain't the half of it. Some Jaspers got Turtleneck Pass fenced off and say we can't drive through.
What in thunderation's the idea of that?
Why, that pass has been practically public domain ever since the first head of cattle was raised out here.
Why, shoot.
We'd better get up there and see what this is all about. Pound that pinto, Little Beaver. Let's ride.
You betcha. Pound them up, Papoose. Get along. Get!
Let's make this fast, Thunder. Stretch out those legs. Come on, Thunder. Quiet down a minute. Maybe we can make some sense out of this.
Quiet.
Listen. All right. Now, supposing you start explaining what this fence is doing across the pass, mister, and you'd better make it good.
You keep talking that way, Redhead, and they'll be measuring you for a wooden overcoat.
Be sure they don't make it your size, because if they do, I've got some lead and steel here to nail the lid down. Now, suppose you start explaining.
There ain't nothing to explain. I filed a homestead on this piece of land, and it's mine.
Why, of all the ridiculous, how can you homestead on what practically amounts to a public road?
No matter how I can, I did it. The papers are filed, and it's legal. Now, of course, if you folks would like to drive that beef across my land, we might arrange it. Businesslike.
All right, keep talking.
Well, I'd say you can drive them cattle through here for $5 a head.
What?
Why, you robber. This is just a plain holdup.
This no plain holdup. This whole thing crooked deal.
Look, miss, just because you're a woman don't give you no right to call me names. Supposing you shut up.
Shut up? Why, you gooseneck, sidewinding horse thief, I'll...
Dad! Reddy shot him before he even moved his hand.
He's not hurt too bad, Miss Beth, but before there's any more trouble, we'd best get your dad into town and to the doctors.
If there's any of the rest of you who think you can push me around, we got plenty of lead left.
Better keep it handy, mister, because it won't be many hours before you'll be needing it. Now, Little Beaver, get his horse. Come on, Beth. We can't lose any time getting to the doctors.
Well, Jinx, worked just like you
said it would.
I figured it did, Moose, when I saw him carrying old man Kennedy into town. What happened?
Well, Baldy and the boys got this fence strung up across Turtleneck Pass and fixed it up just like the Battle of Gettysburg. Then Kennedy and his outfit come along and talked back. That's all, brother.
Well, I guess that'll set a fine example for all the rest of the ranchers around here. Now maybe when I offer to buy their beef, they'll listen to reason.
Maybe. I hope so.
Where do you get this maybe stuff?
You remember Ace Hanlon talking about a red-headed puncher, an ornery cuss who was always gowing up everything for him?
You mean Red Ryder? What's he got to do with this?
And all I know is he was along with Kennedy and talked plenty salty.
Well, now ain't that too bad? I'll salt that maverick and put him away on ice if he starts trying to spoil my play.
Well, boss, get the icebox ready, because he started already.
And this is one time, maybe I can mix business and pleasure. Now, look, you stick around here while I'm gone.
Where are you going?
I'm going down to that cattleman's meeting, and like the big-hearted gent that I am, I'm going to offer 'em a real fancy price for all their beef. And if they know what's good for 'em, they'd sure better sell.
Quiet! Now, you'll have to all quiet down if you want to go on with this meeting. Now, you got anything more to tell us, Miss Beth?
No, I guess not. Except that the doctor says fortunately Dad isn't badly hurt. But I'll tell you this much. If we take this laying down, we're no better than those gun-toting high-binders who are trying to prey on us. That's the way it is.
Quiet down. Quiet. Well, the way it looks to me, folks, is anybody else who tries to drive through Turtleneck Pass is going to get the same kind of treatment that Matt Kennedy did. And the worst part of it is that if this Jasper really homesteaded that place, it's legal. He can make it stick, and we can't do a thing about it.
And Mr. Grover, I know I'm not a stock man like the rest of you gents, but I do have a stake in the welfare of this community, and I may be able to help you out.
Well, if you've got something to say, Jinx, speak your piece. Come on down here where we can all see you. Come on.
Red Ryder, him got face like Diamondback.
I think you're right, little beaver. And if you'll just bide your time, maybe we'll hear the whir of his rattlers.
Boys, I'm going to make this quick and to the point. I've done a little brokering in cattle for some of you before. In the spot you're in, I feel maybe I can help you all out.
What are you aiming to do that might help these men?
I'm glad you asked that question, because I'm prepared to buy all their beef at a fair price and assume the risk of seeing it gets to market. If it doesn't, it's my loss.
All right, Jinx. If you're prepared to buy, how much?
Well, to be fair about it, I'll give you 7 cents a pound.
7 cents a pound? Why, you ought to be tarred and feathered and run out of town.
Did you say you wanted to buy these cattle, or did you say you wanted to steal them?
Look, Redhead, if you think you can come in here and stir up trouble, you got a lot to learn.
In that case, I'm willing to learn right now.
Red Ryder, then go for good.
Are you?
Got any more tricks, Jinx?
Yeah, a couple of things.
Red Ryder.
I'm working up to that, little beaver, and here it comes.
Well, you certainly ended any chance we might have had of him raising his price.
Raising his price? Why, that I... Oh, never mind. Come on, little beaver. There are some people who rub me the wrong way. Take it easy, Matt. You're not supposed to get excited.
Oh, tarnation. No mealy-mouthed doctor's going to give me orders. This trouble all started on account of me. I guess I'm the fittest man around here to finish it.
Him talking like his daughter.
Huh? What's that? What's that you said about my daughter?
Oh, he just means that Beth... Well, you know how Beth is.
You're dad blamed right I know how Beth is. She got Kennedy blood in her veins, and that means fight. Why, what happened? You and Beth tangled?
She called Red Ryder plenty hot name. You betcha.
She did, eh? What is the rumpus all about, Red?
Well, now that little Beaver's let the cat out of the bag, I took occasion to question Jink Lasker's charitableness in offering to buy all that beef here for chicken feed.
Yeah? Well, then what happened?
What you think happened? Red Ryder beat the tar out of Big Crook.
Well, good for you, Red. You know, I've never liked that ornery, sneak-eyed, no-good, no-how. Oh, but,
What'd this have to do with Beth?
Well, she decided that I spoil any chances you ranchers might have had to get Jinx to make you a more liberal offer.
Oh, she did, eh? Well, Mr. Ryder, all I can say is, may Providence have mercy on your soul. When that daughter of mine gets her Irish up, look out.
Well, I promised to stay out of her way, but, well, the thing that worries me is, will she stay out of trouble?
Well, I'll give her a good talking to, Red, although I don't think it'll do any good.
Right. Now, there's one thing that I'd like you to do for me, Matt.
Yes, Red?
Well, I'd like your permission to do everything and anything I can to get to the bottom of this and see that your cattle get to market.
Mister, you've got it. You've got what them Frenchmen call, carte blanche.
Huh? What do you mean, Red Ryder? Carte blanche.
Well, that means Mr. Kennedy has given me a blank check. And I don't think I'm too far from being right when I say when I do fill in the check, it'll be payable to the order of Jinx Lasker and cashable at the Riata Springs City Jail.
Where we ride them to now, Red Ryder?
Well, I thought before I flew off the handle again, I might be doing a better thing if I mosey out and reconnoiter Turtleneck Pass.
Yeah. You take your many big chances. Ride 'em around lonely country all alone.
What do you mean, all alone? I've got you with me as my bodyguard, haven't I?
Me trying, all right.
Why, those bushwhacking cutthroats trying to dry gulch us, huh? Lay back, little beaver, and we'll see if my aim isn't better than theirs.
Come on, Papoose. Get along. Get!
They're trying to ambush us, Thunder. Run those ground hogs down. Come on, Thunder. Rein up, little beaver. Ooh, Thunder.
Ooh, Papoose. Ooh, those gunmen disappear in heels like magician at circus.
I guess you'd call the turn to a T, little beaver. For the moment, at least, they've proved that the hand is quicker than the eye. But next time my eye lights on them, their hands better be mighty quick and filled. Because unless they beat me to it, Boot Hill's going to get 4 new, unexpected guests.
We return to the Adventures of Red Ryder in just a moment. But first, a word about keeping fit. When the heavyweight champ goes into training, he watches his diet, doesn't he? Oh, you bet he does, for that big fight. Well, sir, you're in training for the biggest battle of the century, whether you're fighting it at home or abroad. And you've got to watch your diet. And I'd like to tell you about a food that thousands of energetic, hard-driving people are enjoying at every meal. It's delicious Langendorf bread, the crisp and tender loaf that gives you those famous 1-2 energy values. 1, fresh Langendorf bread is enriched with vitamin B1. You can't work or play your best without it. 2, delicious Langendorf bread is made with dextrose, world's greatest quick energy food. No wonder it's the favorite bread of energetic thousands. No wonder baking experts judged it America's finest. Taste the crisp, tender crust of creamy Langendorf bread. See how it stays deliciously fresh to the last bite. Then you'll know why I say, for goodness sake and for energy's sake, always get fresh and tasty Langendorf bread at your grocer. Back to the town of Riata Springs, we find Jinx Lasker in his cattle brokerage office outlining his plan of action to his hired gun hand.
Come on, I haven't got all day. Pay attention. I got this all figured out, and all you got to do is follow orders.
Well, I'm awfully glad you have it all figured out. And as far as following orders are concerned, boys, go ahead. Let's have them.
Well, I figure I'd be a fool now to buy their cattle, even at the price I named. I got a better way of owning their herds and not paying 1 red cent for them.
Sounds like good business to me.
Now, what we've got to do is start a wide-open range war. Then when all the lead's flying, if the cattle sort of wanders off, nobody's going to know who to blame.
Yeah, cattle wandering off. Not a bad idea. You know, it sounds mighty easy.
It is easy. Now, here's the way it's going to work, Moose. I had you appointed deputy tax collector. All you've got to do is go out and start collecting a tax of $30 an acre from every one of them ranchers.
Hey, Jinx, that ain't legal.
Who said it was? And knowing them ranchers, I'm sure they aren't going to pay. They lose their heads, go for their guns, and bang, there we are. When the shooting starts, we'll just adopt their beef. When they wake up, we'll be 500 miles away from here with our pockets full of $100 bills.
Yeah, and who wouldn't like to have their pockets full of $100 bills? Say, though, what if this redhead starts interfering?
You let him get away from you once, didn't you? You got any brains at all, you'll know just what I mean. Now go on, get out of here and get started. I don't want to move 1 foot in this valley where I don't smell gun smoke.
I don't care who you are. You turn your horses around and get off here, or I won't be responsible.
Now, look here, miss. I'm just doing my legal job. Now, those taxes get paid around.
The only way you'll get paid is with a blast from this shotgun. Now go on, get off my place before I blow you through the gate.
Look, kid, if you're smart, you keep your trap shut. I don't take talk like that from anybody.
I'm going to count up to 5. And if you aren't hightailing it down the road by the time I'm through, you'll be buckshot clean through your thick hide. 1, 2, 3.
I'll show you you can't bluff me.
Go on, go for your gun.
Why, you...
Hold it. You came here looking for trouble, and mister, you found it.
Red Ryder. Well, supposing you just turn right around and get off my place, too.
Not yet, he won't. Not before I finish.
Suck him, Red Ryder. Him need it.
Him needs more than a sock, but this'll have to do for right now. Oh. And don't try to pick up your gun. That mistake would be fatal.
You'll see this, and this'll get you. I'm an officer of the law doing my job. You'll be sorry you ever heard of me. Get up, Ninja. Come on, get up.
If you're waiting around for me to thank you, Mr. Ryder...
Now, Beth, if you'd only listened a minute, why, I think we could save a lot of needless bloodshed.
If there's anything needless around here, it's you and your so-called help. This town was doing all right before you came along, and it'll be here long after you're gone.
Oh, never mind. I'm going right now. Come on, little beaver. We've still got this blank check to have certified.
Say, Baldy said you wanted to see me, Jinx.
Yeah, Moose. I just got the idea it's going to sew this deal up tight in that drum.
Well, I hope it ain't got nothing to do with Red Ryder.
Ryder will be taken care of. Don't ever worry. The first thing I got to do is teach these ranchers a lesson and get that cattle before the packing company buyers leave Mesa City.
Okay. What's the next move?
I'm going to organize a meeting of the ranchers again. I got a way to prove to them that I'm working for their best interest.
That yourself.
Never mind how I sound. You just get them all rounded up in one place where I can talk to them, and the rest will be easy.
Well, after that tax collecting idea of yours, I don't think I'd better show my face around.
Who said I wanted you to? You got boss place and takes place soon.
And if that's all that's worrying you, put on your best bib and tucker. That meet don't take place before...
Settle down and listen now. Well, wait a minute now. Jinx Lasky has a few words to say.
Boys, I guess in trying to help you the other day, I just seemed to get myself in wrong.
You bet you did. Fine lot of help you were.
Well, so we all start out even. I'm reneging on the offer I made to buy your beef. I wouldn't buy it at any price.
Well, then what's the idea of calling this meet?
Ben, I suppose you don't realize it, but if you let this Jasper out at Turtleneck Pass bottle you up, not only will you be ruined, but I'll be along with you. My business ain't worth a plug nickel unless your business is good.
By golly, he's right.
Now, buying your cattle and trying to drive it through myself wouldn't do any good. That claim jumper out at Turtleneck Pass, legal or not, is just trying to ruin this whole community. I say let's tear those fences down, drive the cattle through, and argue later.
That's easy for you to say, Lasker. You wouldn't be taking any of the risk.
That's where you're wrong, Miss Kennedy. I'll take as much risk as you do. I'm a pretty peaceable man, but it makes my blood boil when I see a highbinder trying to ruin a lot of decent citizens.
Well, if that's the case, I'm all for you. And I say let's get all our herds together, meet out at Poplar Grove, and if we can't do it any other way, stampede our cattle through the pass. Why, there isn't a fence out there or men enough to stop that kind of play. Good. All right, then, if we're agreed, have all the herds together at Poplar Grove at sunrise. And heaven help the man who tries to stop us. What's the trouble? What brings you here at this hour of the night?
Oh, we got him heap trouble. Red Ryder tried to cross through Turtleneck Pass and get him shot.
You mean that Red was killed?
Oh, not killed yet, but him pretty bad hurt. Best thing you do, grab horse and come with me.
Oh, this is awful. Well, just a minute, little beaver. I'll get a jacket and we'll ride together.
Better make him hurry, Miss Beth. Who knows? Maybe we got him there too late. Harpoons. Stop him here.
Little beaver, what are you stopping here for? Certainly you wouldn't leave Red Ryder lying out here on the rocks.
He left him here on the rocks, Miss Beth, but not lying down.
Red, I thought you were...
I know what you thought, but I had to get a hold of you somehow and talk to you.
Full of all the rotten, cheap, lying
Oh,
tricks...
now, miss, this time you're not going to spook me off with another of your tongue lashings. I promised your dad I'd see this thing through, and by glory, I'm going to do it.
Well, you better do it. After all, what's happened already is all your fault.
Let's place the blame where it belongs after this thing is over. But if you and those ranchers try to stampede your cattle through that fence at sunup, some of the cattle may get through, but there won't be a rancher in this valley whose life I'd give 2 cents for.
Well, what good selling cattle if no live to spend money?
I did something this afternoon I should have done 2 days ago.
Oh, really? You mean that it's possible for the great Red Ryder to have made a mistake?
If you could be as wrong as you are, is there any reason why I can't slip up now and then? Now, look, Beth. I telegraphed the capital to see if the property at Turtleneck Pass was ever homesteaded. I just got the reply.
You did? What did it say?
That property belongs to the county and nobody else. That man up there is just bottling you up so somebody else can pull a squeeze play.
Oh, why didn't you tell us?
Well, I tried to get in touch with the sheriff at the county seat, but he's out of town. I knew the ranchers wouldn't listen to me, so I had Little Beaver trick you into coming up here in the hope that you would stop them before they started the stampede.
Oh, look at Red Ryder. Sun come up now, starting over hills.
Oh, this is awful. It's over 4 miles to Poplar Grove, and whether I'm there or not, those men won't wait.
They certainly won't. From the sound of that, the stampede has started and heading for doomsday.
Oh, Red, we got to do something.
Whatever we do, we can't do it sitting here. Here, Thunder. Steady, fella. Right, up we go. Now, turn those ponies and pound that dust. This is the toughest job a man ever had.
Get up, lady.
Start him going, Papoose. Pound him dust. Get!
Don't let me down now, Thunder. Burn up that trail. Come on, Thunder.
Jinx, rein up.
Yeah, what is it, Moose?
Turn that horse and head out of here. Something slipped up. Red Ryder's coming down the north trail, and the county sheriff with half an army's coming down the other.
The sheriff? I'll bet Ryder's behind that. Get the boys together and let's get that redhead if it's the last thing we do. Spread out, Moose. Here he comes. Ryder, I'm getting behind this rock and writing you a one-way ticket to Boot Hill. You'll never get me, Ryder. Why don't you come out in the open like a man? Oh! You got behind me, huh?
Is this out in the open enough for you?
You'll never take me alive.
You've got to stay alive to enjoy that homestead you staked on. But this one won't be in Turtleneck Pass. It'll be in the federal prison for the rest of your life. Over here, Sheriff. If you've rounded up the rest of them, I'm holding you special guest of honor.
I suppose there's no use apologizing to you, Red.
What for? We're in a place where everyone's entitled to his or her own opinion, and as far as I'm concerned, well, all the apology I need is to know that your dad will soon be back running the ranch again.
Doctors say Mr. Kennedy needs special diet, so maybe you can ride over to Painted Valley, and we have Ching Hao fix some plenty good chow.
Little Beaver, that's the best idea I've heard, and Well, at least since Red had the idea of wiring the sheriff.
Well, as long as we're talking about good ideas, how about heading for Painted Valley ourselves a little, Beaver? We've got to get that guest room in shape.
Yeah, you betcha. Get him up, Papoose. Get along. Get!
So long, Miss Beth. Head for home, Thunder. Let's ride. Come on, Thunder.
America's fighting cowboy certainly had to prove his fighting mettle to get around Jinx Lasker's crooked schemes, to open up Turtleneck Pass, and to see that peace and prosperity again cloaked Riata Springs. But the trail ahead is a dangerous one for Red Ryder and Little Beaver, more dangerous and adventuresome than ever before. So be with us next time when you will hear...
So Ryder thinks he can cheat me out of that mine, does he? Well, come on, men, let's ride.
Like we get him gold or the town okay, Red Ryder.
I wish I felt the way you do, Little Beaver, but I'm not going to feel safe.
There's the wagons. They're going over the cliff.
Ties into Klondike Karoo with one of the greatest veins of gold ever to be discovered in the West, the stakes in this historic battle. Be sure to be listening next time when we bring you Gold and Gunsmoke, the next starring Western adventure from the turbulent history of America's fighting cowboy, Red Ryder. Comes to you each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday over these same stations. Tune in again next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Red Ryder is presented for your enjoyment by Langendorf, bakers of the bread judged America's finest. These days, it's natural for every American to feel the urge to get a gun and start for the front. But you don't have to be on the firing line to help win the war. Our national defense organizations have literally dozens of jobs you can do. They need map readers, typists, clerks, telephone operators, entertainers, storytellers, and many others. So go to your local Red Cross, Civilian Defense, or USO headquarters and volunteer for victory. And be sure you're physically fit, able to do your bit. Langendorf bread, made with dextrose for extra energy, plus essential vitamins and proteins, will help safeguard your health and give you the mental and physical fitness so needed today. Always get the bread judged America's finest. Fresh and tasty Langendorf bread at your grocer.
Red Ryder came to you from Hollywood. This is the Blue Network.
84 years ago, May 2nd, 1942, Red Ryder here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We'll move to Wistful Vista next and see what's going on in the home of Fibber McGee and Molly.
Should public utilities fail in time of disaster, refrigerated foods must be either cooked or eaten before they spoil. If this can't be done, throw it away.
And we wrap up this Saturday episode of Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox by taking our Saturday visit to Wistful Vista and see what's going on with Fibber McGee and Molly. This episode goes back 71 years to May 2nd, 1955.
It's time for Fibber McGee and Molly. Sundays through Thursdays, NBC brings you Fibber McGee and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Len Levinson and directed by Max Hutto. We'll be into our story in just a moment. Right now, though, let's listen to this bit of philosophy expounded by Mrs. Molly McGee.
Heavenly days, McGee. Look at you. Where have you been?
Giving the car a little checkup. It's something everyone ought to do once in a while.
On their hands and knees?
Well, either that or you lift your car up with one hand and check it with the other.
Now, McGee, you're just trying to be funny. If you're so interested in checkups, why don't we get our prudential agent over here to give our insurance policies the once-over? You know we need it, and it's a service prudential agents are always happy to give.
What do you suppose makes an insurance policy change during a year?
It doesn't, but we do. In a year's time, lots of changes take place in a family. They buy a new home, Dad gets a raise, a daughter is married off, and it's things like these that affect insurance policies.
Well, I was thinking about Social Security benefits. I bet a lot of people would like to see how their new benefits tie in with their present insurance.
And they should. Folks, to make sure your insurance is still geared to give you the most security, to serve you the way you want, get together with your prudential agent. Let him give your insurance a checkup soon.
We come now to that lovely time of day when the housekeeping chores are finished, the breakfast dishes are washed, and it's not quite time to start fixing lunch. The moment when the housewife says,
Oh, it's good to sit down and relax for a minute.
Hey, Molly. Where are you, Molly?
Here we go. In the living room, McGee. Relaxing for a minute. Where are you?
Upstairs. I was cleaning out my top drawer in the bureau. I run across this old wallet that I retired the first of the year.
Oh, yes, when you got the new one for Christmas.
I've been looking through it, just in case I might have forgot to take out the currency or maybe left a $10 bill stashed in the secret compartment.
Well?
I was right.
Really?
Yeah, nothing. And it's as empty as Uncle Dennis's bottle collection. I figured it would be, but you never know.
Nothing in the secret compartment, huh?
He didn't have one. Unless some pickpocket slipped the wallet off my hip at some time or other and stole what was in the secret compartment and the secret compartment itself and slipped it back on my hip without me knowing.
Any pickpocket that talented doesn't need to hang around your hip. He could get a job on television.
Oh, on, what's my line?
No, I was thinking of the U.S. Steel Hour.
Oh, touche, my dear, touche. That's a French expression meaning I'm stuck for the drinks. What'll it be, root beer?
Now, oh, what's that? Slip of paper fell out when you were shaking the wallet. Here.
Let's see. Wistful Vista 9312. Wonder what that could be.
Could be a phone number.
I bet it is. Sounds kind of familiar. Wistful Vista 9312. Oh, I know. That's Kramer's drugstore.
No, that's 9213.
You sure?
Kramer's sticker's on the cover of the phone book. Take a look.
I'll just do that, because if this ain't Kramer's number... Oh, you're right. I'll be doggone. I wonder who the heck's phone number that could be.
Well, if you don't remember, and if you think it's worth the trouble...
Hey, I got it. I just figured out a way to find out.
Why don't you just call the number and ask?
Oh, you figured out the way, too, huh?
It wasn't easy, mind you, but I did. I was always good in school at hard problems like this.
Grocery boy!
Oh, him.
Hi, kids. I brung your order, daughter. I left it on the sink. Just popped my head in to say I can't stay, so don't go warming any coffee or shoving donuts or pie or Danish prune ring at me, 'cause I haven't got time.
Just relax, boy, relax. We didn't intend to.
Besides, we haven't got any Danish prune ring anyhow.
Oh, yes, you have, daughter.
What?
On special today. Just 53 cents. So I added it onto your order.
Well, you've got a lot of crust.
Got to get rid of 7 more of these Scandinavian strudels, or I won't get no bonus.
What's the bonus? A free trip to Copenhagen?
No, Mr. Gonzalez, he said...
Gonzalez? How'd he get in there?
Mr. Gonzalez is the Danish prune ring king, and he's given me a set of bongo drums if I sell 50 prune rings.
Bongo drums?
So I can go into the mambo dancing business, Johnny.
Oh.
I may be the first in town to introduce the abalajanja or the cha-cha.
Abalajanja or cha-cha?
The very latest steps. Real West Indian twisters, sister. Back the mambo right off on the floor. Me and Bessie, we're taking a correspondence course. Postman is helping us over the complicated portions.
Yeah?
Abalajanja, no pericoma, but abalajanja, abalajuja, lepatapataji, hasta la pasta, and abala...
Go on.
Can't, daughter. That's as far as the lessons have went so far.
Oh, fine.
Luckily, when we come to the end of the lesson, I had both feet on the floor. But Bessie was up on one toe, had her hip in freewheeling position, and her fingers was snapping like crazy. And there she stands till the next lesson gets here.
Aww.
Sure be glad to see the postman tomorrow, and so will Bessie. So long, kids. Have fun with your prune ring.
Back to Wistful Vista in a minute. The USO, the organization that brings a touch of home to servicemen and women wherever they are. stresses the importance of keeping in touch with our men and women in uniform by writing to them often. There are more than 1 million Americans now serving in our armed forces overseas, and more than 2 million in training in the United States, but away from home for the first time. To many of them, a letter from home at mail call provides the greatest lift in their daily life. It boosts morale and lends added personal meaning to their service to their country. Neither the USO nor the U.S. Department of Defense wishes to encourage the writing of letters to strangers. But that serviceman or woman who is a relative or friend, a former co-worker or member of your church will appreciate a letter. It lets him know he hasn't been forgotten, that he still belongs. How about you? Have you neglected to write lately? If you have, then why not make a special effort to get off a letter tonight? You can be sure it will be appreciated.
Wistful Vista 9312. I wish I could remember why the heck I put this number down.
Oh, for goodness sakes, why don't you just dial it and see?
Well, I started to, but gee whiz, I don't know. What could I say if they answer?
I'll tell you what. Try hello. Huh? That's a good one. Lots of people say that.
Oh, I know that, Molly. Gee whiz. What do I say after that is the problem. Heck, if I'd only put the name down along with the number, then I would...
McGee, why don't you just throw the silly scrap of paper away and forget the whole thing? Pretend you never saw it.
No, it's not that easy. It'd prey on my mind all day. 9312. Is that the Gazette?
No, it's too early for the Gazette. Gazette comes about 4:30.
No. I mean, is that the Gazette's number?
No. Their number is 8616.
Oh, yeah. I knew there was a 1 in it. Now, let me think hard. Maybe...
Come in.
Oh, hi, Wimp. It's Wally Wimple, Molly. Come on in, boy. Maybe you can help me.
Hello, Mrs. McGee.
Hello, Mr. Wimple.
Help with what, Mr. McGee?
I'm trying to check a number here, Wimp. 9312. Is that a familiar number to you?
9312? Oh, that's a very familiar number.
Oh, good.
And that's what it cost Sweetie Face on her last appearance in court. $93.12.
Huh?
9312. Oh, those figures are burned right into my brain because she harps on it all the time.
Well, this is a phone number I'm checking, Wimp.
He found it in an old wallet, Mr. Wimple, with no name attached.
Oh, well, what happened when you tried to call the number?
We haven't gotten that far yet, Mr. Wimple. Himself has only been on this case about 2.5 hours. Give him time. He'll get around to trying it yet.
All right. I'll get it right now. Kind of like playing roulette. Spin the dial, and who knows what comes up. Busy. Well, at least we know somebody's there. Hope there ain't a pair of long-winded conversationalists on that line.
My goodness, you've stalled calling that number for hours, and when you do and it's busy a second, you're as impatient as a general with his first loaded cannon.
If all will kindly be quiet, I'll try the number again. Bet that's a couple of school kids reading the dictionary to each other.
Would you like to relax with a glass of root beer or a cookie or something?
No, I'd just like to get the answer to the solution of this mystery. I'll try it just once more. Ah, it's ringing this time. At last. How could they manage to say goodbye, hang up, and get so far away from the telephone between the time I got a busy signal and now?
Say, maybe it's a party line, and nobody's home at your number. Maybe it was the party that was busy.
That's a mighty negative attitude to take, Wimp. Sounds like nobody's home. Must have been the party line busy.
Why don't you just forget the whole thing?
Hey, I'm not licked yet. I'll just dial information and find out whose number this is. Hello, information? Kindly inform me who lives at Wistful Vista 9312. Oh, you can't? You mean to tell me you don't have your phones listed numerologically? Well, that's a heck of a way to run a railroad. And you call yourself information.
McGee, the girl isn't to blame. It's the company.
She shouldn't keep such company then. Look, sis, by George, if you can't give me the number, then connect me with the supervisor. Oh, you are the supervisor. Well, for the... Doggone it, I'm trying to find out whose number this is, and there must be someone... Oh, I got it. Supervisor, give me Mert. Yeah, she'll trace this thing down for me and... Aw, rats.
No Mert?
It's her day off. Now what do I do?
Have you given any thought, Mr. McGee, to just tearing the number into teensy-weensy pieces and dropping it down a sidewalk grating?
Frankly, Wimp, at this point, yes. I'm going to give it one more try. I'll dial that number once more, and if nobody answers this time. Hello? Oh, I got him. This Wistful Vista 9312? Oh, good. How are you? Oh, that's good.
Who is it?
I don't know yet. It's a woman's voice.
Oh, a woman, huh?
Uh-oh. Elderly woman, kiddo. Sounds old. Elderly, you know, an older woman. Oh, yes, ma'am. I've been trying to get you, ma'am, all afternoon, but... ma'am? Who am I?
Who is she? That's what we want to know.
Well, my name is McGee, ma'am. F. McGee. Who am I speaking to? Huh? Must want your daughter.
What?
Oh, dear.
Oh, no, lady, I don't want your daughter. No, don't call her. Says I must want her daughter, Molly.
So I gathered.
I don't know anybody's kiddo daughter, or anybody's daughter kiddo. I don't know who the daughter... Well, gee whiz,
Isn't this terrible? He'll talk himself into the biggest mess.
Maybe I better hang up, Molly. Hello, hello, who? Oh, is that you, Mert?
Oh, am I glad.
Heavenly days, it's Mert's home phone number.
Yeah, I remember now. I got it from her once so I could call her any time I had a number I didn't recognize, and she could phone the office and find out who it was for me. well, how's every little thing, Mert? Oh, 'tis, eh?
Fibber and Molly will be right back. Whom will Princess Margaret marry? The RAF hero, Captain Peter Townsend, or one of the titled young men in her date book? The May Ladies' Home Journal presents the exciting, little-known story of Princess Margaret and her beaux. Journal readers will meet Peter Townsend when he entered Margaret's life, learn how it all began, the romance that may equal that of her uncle, the Duke of Windsor, in heartbreak and excitement. But right now, Captain Townsend isn't the only man in Princess Margaret's life. Her escorts include some of England's most eligible young bachelors. And you'll be surprised when you learn how much red tape a young man goes through to date the blue-eyed princess, including the necessary arrangements with theaters and nightclubs for a royal visit. You'll want to read all about Princess Margaret and her beaux in the Ladies' Home Journal, now at your newsstand.
McGee, supper's ready. McGee, are you still on that phone?
I'll be with you in a minute, Molly. Oh, is that so, Mert? Oh, it is, eh? What's say, Mert?
Oh, dear.
Your uncle. The one in the house painting business. Kicked the bucket last week, huh?
Sure. What happened? Climbed down off a ladder and kicked over a bucket of paint, I suppose.
Nope. He died. And so did the gag, Mert. Yeah. Good night.
Good night, all.
Fibber, McGee, and Molly is an NBC Radio Network production transcribed, with Bill Thompson as the old-timer and Wallace Wimple. This is John Wald inviting you back tomorrow when Mr. McGee gets in a mix-up with some Christmas cards. In this season yet. Good night.
A little early for Christmas cards, but what can you say? From May 2nd, 1955, 71 years ago, Fibber, McGee, and Molly here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Join us tomorrow as we'll have more comedy with the great Gildersleeve, Father Knows Best, the Lux Radio Theater production of Hands Across the Table, starring Claudette Colbert and Joel McRae, and Claudia. Have yourself a great day. We will talk to you on our Sunday edition right here. More Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.